What's up, people? Welcome to Gentlemen of Growth. So, as you know, we are a multimedia development platform dedicated to the development of men. We seek to enable them to uplift themselves and harness the power within themselves to be able to achieve measurable success at the highest levels. Our mission is very clear. We exist to help people take acute action under extreme pressure. We do this through the power of storytelling, that with every story told, we want to be able to encourage, entertain, and empower you to be able to take the right action under various amounts of pressures, both internally and externally within society, and really be able to actualize on your dreams and ideas. So we speak about storytelling and how, we're all about storytelling, but how does that actually look like? How are we going to be able to tell these stories so that you can actually go on and really be the best version of yourself? So we do this in various different ways. We do it through events. So with our invigorating events, our goal there is to kind of introduce you to the ideas and thoughts and stories of people who have actually gone on to achieve measurable success within society, and you be able to really hear their stories, their captivating stories, and ask them the right questions so that you too can pull nuggets from them and apply it to your own life. We also do this through our Grow Getter podcast. So with our Grow Getter podcast, what we want to do with that is connect you with the thoughts and ideas, and again, the stories of people who have gone on to do great things within society, and those who are also on their come up of doing great things within society, and really understand the person behind the story. Like, we probably already know about their story, but would you not love to actually know about the person behind the story and really be able to get inside their brain? So that's really what the podcast will look to do. Now, not only that, but we'll be generating invaluable free content across all of our social media so that you can actually take it in at no cost whatsoever. I personally believe that you should be able to build up and harness the mindset and really the skill set to go on and do what it is you want to do in life without having to pay a cost. Like, the way Gentlemen of Growth really came about is through my own story. I come from a family of just women, right? Like, I was born into a family of, I think I have like 4 sisters. There was my mum, my gran, my nan, my auntie, my female cousins. So generations of just women, right? So growing up, I was always seeking the validation of men, but I never really knew this at a young age, right? And it wasn't until I went on this journey of self-transcendence whereby I really started to, look within myself and understand, wow, everything I've been doing in my life has been for the approval of men. And I didn't know it at the time. And so then what's so crazy with that is that I actually genuinely believe there are so many other men out there who are going through a similar journey whereby they are doing things with a lack of guidance, with a lack of mentorship, and so then they're just going through life. They're just doing things, right? They may be getting it wrong or whatever, and there is no one really there to teach them ways in which to avoid making the mistakes that they're making, and so then they're going through life as opposed to growing through life. And my story is one which I define as failing forward, having made so many mistakes that I've had to do things over and over. I've had to repeat things. I've had to go back to go forward. And I want to be able to bring something to society that can change that for other men that are coming after me and those who are also, on my level kind of thing. So a little quick brief about my story. So as I said before, grew up in a single parent household, like many today, where it was just my mum and my sister. So I have 3 other sisters from my father's side, and, didn't really have a close connection with my dad growing up. So then I wasn't really able to receive that level of guidance and nurturing that you would kind of want from a man. Yes, my mum was like my biggest supporter and still is, and she taught me a lot of things, but what I found was that she didn't understand the male side of what I sought after, if that even makes sense. I just didn't feel like I was getting it from her, and I didn't feel like I was getting it from any of the women that I grew up around, really. Out of where I grew up, moving to a completely different area where I was like, the only person within this area who was black. And so then I didn't really see anybody who looked like me, understood me. I was growing up just kind of just battling through life. And growing up a lot of the time as well, I've been around the olders. So as people will be able to watch this and be like, yeah, I kind of relate. Growing up around the older lot, it was very much a thing where I was doing things to keep up with them, right? So I was already kind of years behind them, but they rated me. And so, for those who don't know what rated means, they respected me. And so then, because they respected me, I would do things to kind of keep up with them. So they was already years ahead of me. So they were doing things which was for their lifestyle, for their age. But I sought that stuff. And like I said before, I sought the validation of men. So I would do anything and everything really to just keep up with them. Of course, within the law, but I was doing whatever to keep up with them. Fine. And then when I was in school now, I meet another guy who believed in me, and he really poured into me. Now, there was a time where I got excluded from school, and the dude brought me back into the school to compete for the school in athletics. He made me the athletics captain, he made me the football captain. Like, this guy glorified me. Like, honestly, how you get excluded from school and someone brings you back in to the school, like, that's craziness, right? So that's when I kind of felt like this guy really wants something for me. So you can see there's, on this journey, I'm receiving support from men in various different stages, like in different increments, right? But it was never consistent because I left the school, so that relationship broke down. And then one of my best friends in school, his dad, he was also another person who poured into me heavily, and he just wanted greatness for me, so I was getting that. But then again, like I said, I broke away when I went off to university, so that relationship didn't really manifest into something tangible. And so then, as you can imagine, as I've said through my story, I was just going through life. I didn't really understand things. I wasn't really getting that guidance. And it wasn't until 2016, it's just about 4 years ago nearly now, that I came to the realization that I need change in my life. As in, I had hit such a rock bottom place that I just knew to myself, Tristan, I need change. Like, what's happening right now cannot go on any longer. Like, I just kept failing. It was mad. And so then for me, I was like, what am I going to be able to do? And it's one of our values, one of our growth values that we have is will. And what we mean by this is that what's within you is greater than any obstacle you'll face on your journey towards success. And that's how we define grow getters. And so then that's when I knew to myself, I am built much stronger than this. Like, what's happening to me right now shouldn't be happening to me. All of the things that's happening, all these failures, all of these failed relationships. Like, I was struggling to maintain relationships with people and foster really meaningful and intimate relationships with people. And so then I just felt like I was alone in this journey. And a lot of people will watch this and think, I'm alone in this journey too. And that's why we have this platform, so that you can't feel that anymore. We want to actually be able to give you something tangible that you can actually take away and use to your advantage. And at the same time, help others do the same, because I've grown through all of this journey. And again, it wasn't until like this year, 2019, that I got around somebody who is now my mentor, and I thank God for him. And he actually enabled me to see the power within myself. He enabled me to see my calling, my purpose. And I mean, it's always been there, but it wasn't really highlighted to me as clear as day. And he taught me these things, and with all of these lessons, I was just saying to myself, there's no way I can pay him back. Like, he doesn't want money from me. So the only way I could really pay back all of these people that have helped me, so I said various people have come into my life in different increments and helped me, and the only way I could pay them back is by serving others and paving the way for them. So like, I've ran so they can walk comfortably, put it that way. And so then I built up this platform so that through the power of storytelling, with my own story, you know, we can change the world and transform the world one story at a time. There's a quote that I use a lot of the time, which is, all of our past experiences has got us to where we are today. You know, like, everybody has a different type of story, right? Like, you know, you have a growth story, you have a career story, you have a financial story, and all of these stories and all these experiences that we grasp in life kind of get us to where we are today. But my question to you is this: who would you be with a different story? Like, who would you actually be with a different story? And so then, because I propose that to you, that is where Gentlemen of Growth comes in to really visualize that for you and really make you be able to see it. And it's another thing I say, if you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And so when we say we want to be able to, you know, empower people to actualize on their dreams and ideas, and actualization is to make a reality of something. And how can you make a reality of something that you actually cannot see? And so then on this journey that I've been on, I was taught to be able to harness the power of visualizing. And so now I've been able to do that. And now I'm actualizing that said vision. And all of these powers, all these lessons, and all these things that I've learned, I'm now giving to you to learn. So it's not enough, though. Like I say this, it's not enough for me to just, and for us as a company, to just give you stories to listen to and hear and say, great, I'm going to go away and do something now. No, 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 no. Because what's going to happen is what happened to me. You'll get that moment of inspiration, that moment of I got this, and it will burn out because you don't have a frame of reference to actually show you how to do something. And so then that's why our unique offering is our growth curriculum. Our growth curriculum is a series of masterclasses broken up to be able to teach you how to actually build up the mindset and the skill set to really achieve measurable success at the highest levels. As in, I have crafted this curriculum together over the last 3.5 years. I've tested it on so many different people, and I have the testimonies to show for it. I've tested it in one of the world's largest companies and have seen great results. So then I know that the curriculum works. But what I've done is I've transformed it and I've modified it to be able to give you a unique offering whereby you can actually learn and also hear from the stories of people who have been applied to the various different units within the curriculum. And so then it's not enough for me to just let you hear the stories of these people. You actually go through a process of learning and being able to, take the skill set and build up the mindset to really go on and achieve the greatness that you've been called to achieve. And so then, that's the story behind why this exists. And that's why, I'm so excited about this journey. And the reason why we're so transparent with what we're doing is because we want you guys to hold us accountable for ensuring that we actually achieve what we set out to achieve. As in, you guys are the beneficiaries of all of this. And so then if we're not as open with you as we possibly can be, how will we really know if we're really achieving what we set out to achieve? And so then all I can say now is that I hope that you enjoyed this story. If you got to the end, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And together, we'll transform the world, one story at a time.